The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good Thursday morning, fellas. James, Deepak, Albert, Paul. Good morning, guys. Thank you, Deepak. Patrick, good morning. Fellas, today is Thursday, April 21st. Dominic, good morning. If you guys are here on trial, good morning and welcome. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a wonderful afternoon. Gerardo, good morning. Markets are up. We were up, we were down, we were up. Crazy markets right now, guys. Currently, the Nasdaq is up 178, 179. ES is up 40 handles. There's the 8 o'clock bell. YM is up 252. EMD up 26. Russell up 20. Good morning, Eddie. Gold is down 15 bucks. Good morning, Jacques. Looking across the board, Netflix is getting beaten like a redheaded stepchild again today. And Twitter is down slightly. Other than that, it's a sea full of green, so not expecting anything. Yesterday was an interesting trade, and I guess it appears that the market was waiting on Netflix. It was a confounding trade yesterday because we had net buying all day. We had one 5-minute period in the entire session where we went red delta, negative delta, and it was less than 100 contracts. And the market kept selling. So someone, as I said yesterday, innumerable times, was accumulating contracts. Now, Tesla, of course, beat handily and shot up in aftermarket. We had some nice trades in the afternoon, especially at the end. But the morning session was a slow trade for the bot. It was up 475 yesterday. And a really, really tough trade for me because I am an order flow trader and I buy support and resistance and trade delta. In any event, we have had a couple of bot trades this morning. We had a gold trade here at 627, which was a failure. Oh my God, a losing trade. We had a losing trade on gold at 627. And we have had two Nasdaq trades, a winner and a loser. Nasdaq took its first trade here, a short at 712, and almost immediately flipped into a long at 718. Good morning, Hubba. It has hit both first and second targets for me, so I am completed with that trade. So 3 trades this morning, a winner, 2 losers coming into our 8 a.m. session. The bot is down. Everybody take a seat. The bot is down $1,400. Morning, Marco. Markets are just continuing to move higher. We just put in a new day high. Morning, Kirk. We do have on the agenda, I know Powell speaks today. Next week will be the quiet period. The following week is going to be FOMC, so we won't have to deal with any Fed speakers next week. Today is Thursday. All right. Continuing in initial jobless claims at 8:30. I have absolutely no interest in that. It is a meaningless, made-up, fictional number. Morning, John. And then we do have natural gas inventories this morning. At 11 o'clock, Powell will be speaking. At 12:30, Bullard, we know he's coming out as a doomsday, got to raise, got to get to 3.5%, 3/4, should raise 3/4 in 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So he's an extreme hawk. And then at 1 o'clock, Powell will be speaking again. So at 11 o'clock, Powell speaks. So not until, right as we're wrapping up for the day. After the close today, we have Snapchat. I suspect they miss. Guys, today the bot never got in this. It happens on occasion. I would have to see the chart, and I can tell you why. But it happens. For instance, the other day, members had two trades that I did not have. One in gold, I believe, and one in the ES. Both were winners. I did not have them. If you guys are here on trial, as well as for my members, today will be my last day in the room. I will not be here tomorrow. I won't be here this afternoon as well. So I will not be here tomorrow. If you guys are on trial, your trials will end today. So I will give you guys a brief overview. I don't do much of a sales job, right? I let the product speak for itself, whether that's order flow trading in the room, the bots, etc. And I will give you your options to become members. If anyone is here on trial and is thinking of becoming a member, you probably want to do that obviously today. I will be gone tomorrow. This way, if you do it today, we can have you set up for Monday. But I'll cover that ground again. In any event, fellas, we're here. We'll trade what we see. I'll quickly read the disclaimer, and then I'll show you charts and give you my opinion on where we're headed. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Last but not least, past performance is not indicative of future results. The fact that I may or may not be in a trade does not lend more or less credence to any trade. Please trade according to your own accounts, and please trade according to your tolerance for risk. All right, fellas, let's look at some chart. So we have two targets on gold. I'd be lying if I said I saw that coming. There is no news that I hear, but we have just, on the hourly, I'll look to, damn it, it's 5 minutes away. Crude did not short, so I had no trade there. Staying in this chop zone on crude. And Nasdaq just missed this second target. We'll see if we can get second target. Gold is going to go to 52. Well, some of the guys were having that chat, Kirk, in the member Skype, and it shouldn't happen. So the only explanation that I can offer is that you are getting somewhat delayed quotes. You know, even if it's 100th of a second. So what we think may be slippage of a tick or two may not actually be slippage. You guys, I've traded Ninja, guys, for 12 years. Started with Ninja 7. For those of you that haven't been around since, the dinosaurs, I reluctantly went to Ninja 8 about 3 years ago. I mean, I knew Ninja 7 inside out, forward, back, and it took me a few months to get used to 8. But Ninja 7 was worse. I mean, Ninja 7 would freeze up like a deer in the headlights for no apparent reason. Now, Ninja 8 has solved a lot of that, but in periods of volatility, Ninja 8 still gridlocks. And, Ninja, if you contact Ninja, they will give you the same song and dance story that it's not them. It's not me, it's you. Yeah, and you have to make sure your computer clock is synced, right? So even if you're off, yeah, they blame it on third-party indicators. That's Ninja's story. Hey, it's raining in Tennessee today. Yeah, third-party indicator. I heard they caught marlin down in the Bahamas last week. Third-party indicator. That's that's the only answer they have and they know. So you definitely want to make sure that you, let's see here, adjust date and time and sync it. If you're off by even 100th of a second, what you think you're seeing, you're not. and we've seen that before. Yeah, Patrick, I mean, listen, I know, I hear what you're saying, and the way that the bot is programmed with one tick of slippage, it's not, the bot should not. Yeah, and Brian said you should clear out your database data file once a week. I have not done that in at least 2 or 3 weeks. I usually am pretty good about that on Fridays, but I have not. But the way that the bot is programmed, it should only allow for one tick of slippage. Let me give you the downside. All right. So what I hear is, I got filled 2 ticks after the entry. I hear that. Let me give you the downside. That freaking Nasdaq trade went 85 handles, and I didn't get filled because of that stupid 1 tick slip. Nobody the point I'm trying to make is, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? You're trying to address one issue. Some of you guys had some slippage on a trade, so you're addressing that issue, right? And then if you didn't get filled and the trade goes 70 handles, like gold is now up 60, hits third target. I don't trade it to third target, but nonetheless, then you would be saying, how do I solve not getting filled? I mean, it's always a problem. Kirk, that's funny. I've never heard that saying. It's, there's no solution. Here is the universal solution. Everybody gets filled on every single trade exactly where they're supposed to. That's the solution. Let me give you reality. That is absolutely categorically impossible. So, do you live with the 2 ticks of slippage? Or 1 tick of slippage? Because no one here is telling me, Jesus, I got filled 10 ticks late. Not one of those conversations that happened in Skype did somebody say it was 10 ticks. Okay, out on the runner. Out. Right? I mean, if it's 10 ticks, then there's something else obviously at play here. But it's not 10 ticks. We're talking 1 or 2 ticks. And again, the counter argument is, I mean, if I gave you all a choice, right? Would you guys rather get filled 1 or 2 ticks late on a winning trade, or no fill at all? I don't think there's a soul alive that would say, "Well, look, I'm an engineer, and if it's not exact, I don't want it. I don't care if it goes 500 points." Not a person here would say that. And if you're trading on the DOM, or chart trader and you take a manual trade and you think you're hitting buy market just because you see a specific price, you don't get filled at that price necessarily if the market's moving fast, especially at the open. You could get 10, 15 tick difference. So again, y'all, some of you, not y'all, some of you are trying to solve one problem and potentially creating another problem. I don't know what to tell you. That's right. That's right. That's my Southern. Y'all. Yeah, listen, I understand, again, Patrick, I've known you for the better part of 10 years, right? We've known each other a long time. And I don't mean this in a disparaging way at all. You are an extremely anal person. Conversely, I am not, right? So I look at it, I'm the guy that if I woke up and there was 2 tons of horse shit in my dining room, I'd look for the horse. That bar's got to close for me, Dan. That 3-minute bar has to close in 2.5 minutes. I can't short it here. And I'm not saying either personality is right or wrong. I'm glad I made you laugh, Patrick. And I'm not saying one is right or one is wrong. You would let Dad would look for the bastard that put the horse in the house. Yeah, it'd probably be my wife. Let's see, guys. Hey, Leo, are you in the room? Let me take a look at that. I know you just sent me a chart to look at. Are you in the room? Morning, Todd. All right, let me look at your chart. Whoop, wrong email, Phyllis. All right, let me see here. Okay, so if I can solve your problem in less than 10 seconds, would you be grateful? If I told you that it was completely operator error, would you agree? Nothing to do with the bot. Morning, Johan. Here's what you sent me. Can anybody tell me what they see is wrong with that? Leo, take a very close look. Very close look. I'll tell you what I'll do. Here is mine. Tell me how they're different. That's right. That's right, Marcia. That's right, Kyle. That's right, Todd. Take a very close look. Okay, let me do this. I'll make it easier. See, I could solve this. I could tell you what it is, but I want you to be able to look at it and say, oh, okay, I can solve mine myself. What are my secondary time frames? What are my secondary time frames? I want to teach you to fish. Yes, sir. What are my secondary time frames? 177 and 233 what? What? Leo? Ticks, exactly. What are your secondary time frames? Minutes. That's why you didn't get a trade. Guys, 99% of the time, change that to ticks. 99% of the time, when someone tells me the bot didn't work or the bot didn't take a trade, whatever the case may be, no, but you figured it out. You figured it out. You're welcome. It's operator error. 99% of the time. Like earlier, Mimi said, well, your second target is at 49 something, whatever it was, and mine is at this. Okay, she had a different ATR setting for target 2. So if we set up your bots, I guarantee you they're correct. Unless somebody is fiddle-faddled with them, which is so uncommon with traders. All right, we now have trade number 4. These are days that I hate when we get 3 and 4 trades in small areas. Is it? Is that what's in the member area? Is it? Yes, it is. Okay, so I just changed mine. So I just changed my target 2. I also changed target 3. Now, I don't trade to target 3, but I changed it. All right, so I missed my crude short on a 3-minute. That was my short, was 97. 3-minute bar close. I wasn't watching either order flow or the chart. Damn, crude. Oh, man, I missed a bad one. That was a 97 short. 40 ticks, fellas. I missed ES at 95. It's only got a point and a half. Let me see where crude can come. I mean, it could come back to 100 and change. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm getting a call. While I was gone, both targets hit and filled. So we had a bot trade on crude. We are out of crude. And Nasdaq in that previous long got first target only and is now flipped into a short. And that is now trade number 5. I mean, this is, 5 trades in a day. I don't like. We're just trading in a small area. If you look at the Nasdaq, nice job, John. You caught the gold trade, or I mean the crude trade. So we got this, short here, long here, and now we're just kind of chopping around in a small 20 handle, right? Not even, maybe 20 handles. This looks like it should come to first target anyways. I don't know about second target. But this is trade number 5. So the bot is green. Remember, we came into the room, the bot was down about 1,400. The bot is now green. There's first target on the Nasdaq. So 5 trades, 4 small winners. Be nice to get a decent trade out of this. If you're running it on MNQ, it may not have. If you're running MNQ, it may not have. Your second target is 104.22. What is your second, John? Look at your ATM setting in the settings. What is your ATM setting for the? What is your ATM setting? Probably 2.5. No, I'm sorry. Your ATR setting. That's your ATM. What is your AT? How was gold done this week? Through yesterday, it was 5 trades with 4 winners. With today's 2 trades, it is now 7 trades, 5 trades, 7 trades, 5 winners. No, John. Click on settings, right click on the chart, go to indicators. What is your target 2 set at? Target 2 multiplier. Hey, Jeff. No, John is right. No, I'm talking to, hang on 1 second. I'm talking to John M. John M. What is your target 2 multiplier on crude? I already know what it is. It's 2.5. John M. Last call. Calling John M. What is your target 2 multiplier, John, on crude? Right click on the chart, go to settings. Guys, the website was updated in March. I sent out an email to everybody. I have several John M's. I'm talking to John. Obviously has some support right there, but I think that'll break. I'm not looking at, let me look at Delta. It should break. If we break this swing here, we should work down to 43. Bank of England is currently in a forecasting process, but they will not forecast a recession. Nobody wants to say that, right? Is there anybody going to come out and say, yes, we're looking at a recession in 3 to 6 months? Tesla's holding VWAP very nicely. Yeah, we do need a recession. I'm with you. She is saying this is Bank of England, we are already in stagflation, but it's a little premature to use that term. Got a 162 buyer here with a block sale, small block sale. Okay, we didn't get the new day high, just shy of yesterday's high. Support will come in at 16 initially. You can try along here with a stop at 17.75. Long with a stop at 17.75. Call it 18. First target is 60, 60, maybe 59. We're working off overbought on a 10-minute. Tesla's hanging in there, 84 bucks. It's not really moving. First target, 58, 59, 60. If you're long, 58, 59, 60. This should go on the next candle. It's maybe a minute and a half, but crude still going. Russell's not taking a trade. ES still nowhere near taking a trade. Come on, what are you going to do? We're into support. We're still holding the support area. March leading index, irrelevant. Down from 8, I don't know what they say, 18.7. Can we trace all of this move? We're on support. There's a big zone in here. Next 3-minute bar in 2 minutes. They're going to come back to VWAP? Top of the hour coming. They've cleared everybody out of there. Guys, anybody remember at what time Powell starts? Was it 11 or 10? 11. Thank you, Randy. I have no size, no blocks in here. I'll be short below VWAP. Minus 16.9 for confidence in Europe, better than the 16 expected. They beat 29 block here. Could be a short cover or a net buy. All right, guys. Got a 102 buyer here with 29. 109, they bought him again at 03. Bought him again. I'm trading the Apex account. I'm going to take a long. Come on. I still like the long in here. Still selling. Biden started speaking. I still like the long, guys. We're sitting on support. I mean, if it breaks lower, that'll put us below the support. They're buying them here at 03 pretty heavily at 03. They bought them at, well, you got sellers with them. They're buying and selling 03. Yet another trade. The 2-year yield. This is 6. What is this? Trade number 8? No, 7. The 2-year yield has hit the highest rate since 1979. You got to, I mean, it's just Biden confirming the U.S. will ban Russian affiliated chips from U.S. ports. We should come down to 140, fellas, if you're short. Nasdaq, some support at 59 area. It's got to break below 59. It'll take us into that swing. This could bounce back to 85. I don't see any buyers. We're down to 140, 190. Close over VWAP, I would take the long. Close over VWAP. This goes back to 190 maybe. It's not enough. Looks like it wants to pop up, fellas. Just a retracement. He's only taking one question. He'd be exhausted after that one question. Got to break this little area here, guys. And then 140 becomes your target. We should trade down into that 53. The bot has first target at 49.75. Bot's up 1630. We're not getting another trade in gold. I'm sorry, crude. You can forget that. You're not getting a trade, I don't think, in the ES. Takes this swing, it's going to be a zip. There it should go. Zip. Come on, get it, you dog. You hit it to the. There we go. Got it. Guys, Nasdaq has taken today 7 trades with 6 winners. And the bot unfinished auction to trade to at 130 if you're still short. 130, that unfinished auction. Guys, the bot is now up 2480. 2480 with this still on. So I should have all of my trials in here now. Guys, I want to remind everybody the room will be closed tomorrow. I will not, right at the close. Nasdaq's done. So you guys have to determine if you want that last trade. My bots are off. We're selling like a banshee. And crude is going to short. Let me see. Shoot. Powell is going to be speaking on the economy and monetary policy. If you're running bots, you may wish to shut them off if you're here, right? ES is going to short on the 11 o'clock bar. So for purposes, because today is Friday, I'm not going to take the trade. We're now headed down towards 86. Nasdaq is on the 10-minute bar. I will short Nasdaq on the 10-minute. Okay? Get rid of that. None. And that's in a minute. Minute and 15 seconds. $44 seconds, and I'm putting a short on. You guys can short it now if you want. I'm just waiting for the 10-minute bar. You can short it now if you want. I want the 10-minute bar close. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10. 5. I'm shorting on the 10-minute close. Short. 10-minute candle. It's just a retracement to the bottom of the cloud. It might go. This could retrace back to 14, but it's a short. I won't let this go over 9. Maybe 10. That's my stop. It's a short, guys. I'm telling you, it's a short. $86 is some support. If it breaks below 86, it's a nosedive. It's got to break below this 86. It's a nosedive. Come on. Break it, you scoundrel. Come on, sellers got them now. So I'll take 2 at 63. Trade them as you see fit. Trade them as you see fit. You got $600 in the trade. Trade them for your accounts, fellas. Nice job, Frank. And we bounce back to that 86. The next 15-minute bar will probably slaughter this thing with Powell speaking. So it was up $600. Doesn't change. It's a short. I'm not using a 10-minute stop. I'm using a stop on a smaller time frame. The real stop on this bar is probably 135. London lows at 70. Yeah, I've got 63 for a target. This 86 is a pivot. It's holding an hourly pivot. It's trying to push through. If this thing gets back below that swing low with sellers, the Nasdaq could push down to 14,030. Greg, are you short from 130? Dang, son. Should have told me. Nothing but fireworks for you. Coming into the top of the hour. If you guys want the ES short, go ahead and take it. I like it. There's just no point for me. I won't get the totals before we wrap up the room. We're just fighting a pivot, guys. 6 minutes to the next 15-minute bar. But a blow down here with sellers. We only have 750 on the day. We'll crank this thing. So trade for your accounts, fellas. There it goes. It's below. Trade for your accounts. Come on, Tweedledee. Let's go. Gonna have to break 67. So we have support at 67. Sellers are starting to stack. But 67 is going to be minor support. Below that, we're going to get our target. There's 67 almost to the damn tick. We maybe missed by 3 ticks on that 67. That's some support, not much. But again, trade them for your accounts, fellas. We are closing in on 1,000 net negative delta. Come on, push them down. Let me see when I get my next 3-minute bar. Minute and a half. $11 I'll go over bot trades. Come on, Dingleberry. And then I'll give trials totals. There we go. Come on. Oh, you stinker. Held 67. Break it. Break it. It's minor support. So here's where the Nasdaq looks to be headed now. 13,917. 13,917 for the day. We're still green 75 points. Yes, up 24, but below 4,500. It got sold. Russell's the only indice red, but EMD is not far behind. Small cap stuff. Sellers are really pressing here, guys. Got to drop back below 74. We come back into that 67, and it should break this time. Got to drop below 74, maybe 73 half. There it is. Come on. It's putting up a fight here. Come on, sellers. Buyers are trying. Buyers are trying like the dickens at this level. The 70, 72. Trade them as you see fit, guys. We're having a hard time breaking this small area. I'm going to have to take profits momentarily. I'm out. I'm out. Done. That was up $1,000. 66 is a voodoo line. She's going to break. I'm telling you, it's going to break. You got buyers trying right here. It's going to break. But we're coming into 11 o'clock. If anybody is holding out, I think this is going to be a big move down. My opinion, of course, but I'm looking at sellers. You've got a few hundred buyers that are trying on this 3-minute block. Try to get back above that pivot at 86. The next 15-minute bar, the path of least resistance, is probably 45. And then yesterday's close at 14,004. Below that is yesterday's low at 956. So depending on what Prince Powell has to say, this could be a shellacking. Gold would have just taken a long. I'll track it. I can't imagine gold is going to go long with Powell talking about rate hikes, but what do I know? And ES is going to fire a trade here in 26 seconds, right at the top of the hour. I like that short. Nasdaq's not going anywhere. I don't think Powell's going to say anything positive. Oh, and I missed a winning trade on crude to first and second targets. So I'll add this in. I'll add the trade. So crude was. So that's a winning trade. And Nasdaq ES would be short. And you're going to get that first target if anybody took it. It may be slow going, but ES is going to trade lower. My guess is ES. I think ES works back to 45.50. All right, fellas. Let me give you some totals for my trials. I'm going to go over some stuff. So sit tight if you will. Unless you're here on trial and you have determined you have no interest. If you have no interest, I thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the week at least between order flow trades and bot trades. If you folks have an interest in joining us and being with me on Monday, in the group on Monday, stick around. I'm going to go over some stuff. So here's what we got, guys. Nasdaq took its first trade at 712, a failed short, the only losing trade of the day. when we came into the room, and then at 7:20 or 7:18, it took the long to first and second targets. When we came into the room, we were down about $1,400, something like that. Okay, so we took a little draw between that and the first gold trade, but both targets hit on the second trade. Trade number 3 at 8:30 this morning, first target only, not quite the second target. Trade number 4, similar, first target only. Trade number 5, first target only. Trade number 6 at 9:33, got first and second targets. And then trade number 7 also looks like a first target. It is a first target win only. Okay? Any questions on the Nasdaq bot? Okay. So again, 7 trades, 6 winners. The only trade, oh no, crude had 2 trades today. Both would have been winners. So the trade that I have at 9:09, first and second target winners. And then my bot was off for this trade, first and second target winners. Okay? ES is in its first trade of the day and second for the week. Really slow for the ES. It's been a very trendy week. So we'll see how that plays out statistic-wise. Russell did not have a trade today. Just so weird. We've had days where the Russell, has had 6, 7, 8 trades. Dan, send me an email. Last but not least, here is gold. This is the first trade, which was a losing trade at 627. Coupled with that one losing trade on the Nasdaq, we came in down 12 or $1,400, whatever it was. Trade number 2 at 8:24 a.m. First, second, and third targets. Now I only traded 2, but trade number 3, 9:45, first target winner only. And then this current trade, my bot is off. I will track that. Here is my bot daily total. And then I'm going to give you guys some information. So my bot daily total is 25.35 green. 25.35, okay? For my trials, somebody added Mark Zuckerberg to their sanctions list. Maybe Russia. Bot weekly totals. Okay. Nasdaq on the week, 11 for 15. 73% win rate. Okay. Historical, 72%. So on the week, the Nasdaq traded within its historical averages. Russell on the week was 243, 66%. And its historical is 72%. So just under its historical. Gold on the week, 648. 75% on the week. And its historical on gold, 75%. Traded in line with its historical averages. Crude on the week, 3 for 3, 100% win rate, and crude's historical 73% win rate. Last but not least is ES, which is 1 for 1 with a trade pending, 1 for 1. And that doesn't, 100%. And its historical win rate is 74%. So that's where the bots traded, right? The ones we obviously want to focus on because of the amount of trades, right? We're going to disregard that one trade and disregard crude on 3 trades. But let's look at gold, Russell, and Nasdaq. Gold, 8 trades on the week. So we traded 4 days. It's 2 trades a day, in line with its historical average. I'm happy with that. I mean, I'm happy with ES and crude, but at the end of the day, if you were only trading the ES, you got 1 trade this week. Made money, but who cares? Russell is a little bit under on the trades. That should average somewhere around 8 or 9 trades a week. We've had weeks where we've had over 20. So just under its historical. And the Nasdaq in line on 15 trades. Daily totals. Monday, plus 28.20. Tuesday, plus 48.97. 50. Wednesday, plus 475. Today, he's saying it will not be a soft landing. It will be a little bit bumpy and ugly. That should be really good for the markets. Week total. In 4 days. Okay. 41 week total, which ended today. Weekly average. There are your totals, guys. If you guys are here on trial and you are unimpressed with this robot, irrespective of order flow trades, if you are unimpressed with this robot, do not ever, heed my advice, do not ever buy somebody else's robot. Because if you are unimpressed with this, there is no robot on the planet that can do this. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And if anybody knows of anybody selling a robot that tells you that they're doing this, I will go buy it. I don't care if it's $1,000 or $10,000. I will buy it to prove a point. Okay? They cannot do this. I have no idea, Robert. Nor do I care. Less than 10%. I don't know. On 41 weeks, maybe 5, 6 weeks overall. I don't know. I don't track it. I don't care. I care about weekly totals and I care about cumulative total, right? So for instance, next week, if it lost $5,000, it's still up 181 grand over 42 weeks. I don't know anybody complain about that. And if I have anybody in here that is not an active member, don't do it again. Okay? Here are your options. You guys know your options. I'm going to delete that. Here are your options for membership. Full version bot, which you've seen right in the email, $24.97. That allows you to trade all the instruments and potentially anything you would like, cotton, cocoa, soybeans, whatever. We don't have settings for any of those. But once you understand the bot and how to configure it, you guys can work on settings. If somebody was so inclined to trade something that we do not trade, I'm glad and happy to help. The other bot option is what we refer to as bot light, which is a 2-instrument bot. It allows for you to trade 2 instruments. Now, to be clear, you designate what 2 instruments, and it only trades those 2. So if you tell me Nasdaq and gold, that's what it's licensed to trade. That doesn't mean that tomorrow you decide I want to trade the ES and crude. It's only licensed to trade 2. Both of these bots allow for you to trade micros or minis. There is no separate designation on the bot. The last option is an annual membership. Let me back up. Each of those bot purchases come with 3 months at no charge in the trade room. So you'll be in this room for 3 months. I charge $199 a month, so that's a $600 value. At the end of those 3 months, you may elect to stay for $199 a month. Now, if you have been here for the week and you have seen the benefit to the order flow trades, which is one of the reasons you would stay after 3 months, then the annual membership is the way to go. The annual membership is $34.97. That includes 12 months in the trade room. And you get the full version bot. So you're getting the $24.97 bot, and then you get 12 months in the room for $1,000 more. It's under $100. So, Robert, what size account would you suggest to trade those instruments? Assuming you're with Ninja, I guess it doesn't matter who you're with, right? I generally, whatever your margin is, whomever you're with, whatever your margin is, I would say 2.5 times that per contract. That's my opinion. Ninja Trader 8, yes. Ron with the... So Ron, I count the trades merely for statistics, right? So for instance, if this ES trade goes to a loss, I will count that an ES, which is currently 1 for 1, would be 1 for 2 on the week, right? So that would be a 50% win rate then on the week. So I count the statistic. I do not count any potential money it could have made. It didn't make any money, right? So it's a non-event. Yes, Josh. Yep. Anybody that's on trial, I want to reiterate, the room is closed tomorrow. I will be out of town tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't get back in until late Sunday. If anyone would like to be set up for Monday, please email me today. I will invoice it today, get you paid today, and we will get your robot set up today, tomorrow. And you will have your robots ready to trade on Monday.